Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages I get from Spirit and from all of us on this journey to love. And so this is for those who are in a twin flame soul-to-soul connection and reuniting in this lifetime. And so on a journey to reunite in this lifetime. And so I'm going to put an energy for today from the Starman Tarot. An incredible, incredible, incredible tarot deck. I would highly recommend it. And basically, what I asked for is what's the main energy for today that we work with as a twin soul group. They're all in this collective energy. And the message is the Nine of Swords. You know what? I could have guessed that this was going to be the one. And I'll tell you why. Because I've had, again, overnight, I've had a few people that have been, you know, on this journey. There'll be certain times when the rug just gets completely pulled under your feet. And it throws you off the track or throws you off guard. So basically, if you've said something, you know, for example, if you open up your feelings to your twin, for example, and then they say, oh, no, I'm, you know, moving in with my girlfriend, or I'm, you know, getting married, or, you know, all of these things. And that is obviously quite a common thing because that's the nature of these relationships, because they kind of defy logic. And so I know that it's happened to a couple of people overnight, and also, you know, this has happened to me kind of many times through my twin, you know, it's been, you know, my twin flame story with my twin. And it's all about being able, you know, and what that does, of course, initially it sends you into a complete spin. And then what it does after that, then after you allow the initial spin to like calm down, then, and when you go into your heart and you know that what is your truth, and you allow the Nine of Swords to pass, then you go into your truth, and then you get to another, it's kind of like a deeper knowing. And so, you know, basically on the other side of it, on the other side of the Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords is like mind stuff and, you know, the battle of the mind, basically. Sleepless nights, anxiety, you know, the mind playing tricks on you, basically. And when you get through the other side of the Nine of Swords, you generally find in a state of peace and a greater state of just knowing. Because of course, if you have been sort of led to say something to your twin, it's your inner guidance telling you to do that. That's you and your twin. It's your twin, you know, basically you are one in spirit, and therefore that's them guiding you to do it. And so it's planting the seed of you know, the reason why you've been told to do it is because you need to let them know. And so that's why so many of these letters that I channel are about saying, don't listen to what I say back, because, you know, sometimes, very often they'll react out of fear and then say something to push you away. But what you have to know is that that's happened for a reason, because if you're following your guidance and that's what's come through for you to do, then that's what you must do. And then anything that comes after that is really about pushing you more and more into the truth of your heart. And I know that can be incredibly challenging, mentally straining, very upsetting, all of those. So because this has happened to a couple of people overnight, then the fact that it's the Nine of Swords does not surprise me at all. So, and just to say, the song that's accompanying this, the song for today, is Halo by Beyonce. And after the Nine of Swords write-up, I will read you the lyrics to Halo. And this is, I mean, basically the message is, you know, is that you have to see through. It's about seeing through the illusion of what they say. And also around appreciating divine timing, appreciating that you have to surrender to the process. And that basically means completely letting go of any outcome, which is very difficult. You know, that is far easier said than done, but that's the journey of what we have to do. We have to trust, and that's the whole journey, that's the whole purpose. So The Nine of Swords. I perceive danger everywhere. There are times in our lives when we have a deeply distressing experience which totally shocks our system, leaving us ungrounded, raw, frightened and vulnerable to stressful feelings of pervasive threat. These feelings are compounded and easily triggered if we were on edge as a child, catalysed by an environment of insensitivity and threatening behaviour from major caregivers or role models. The Nine of Swords depicts a naked woman kneeling, hands clutching her head in terrible anguish. A dark, eerie and ghoulish atmosphere pervades. Large spiders crawl threateningly over her body, and a poisonous snake coils itself around her arm. The carcass of an ancient tree hovers above her, its branches contorting into the evil faces of witches, its menacing, organic phantasm. Danger is everywhere, lurking in the shadows. The Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung drew attention to the shadow, the part of ourselves which is disowned, hidden from conscious awareness. It stores the imprint of frightening and unacceptable experiences. These imprints get released from the unconscious into the content of our dreams at night, creating wild, bewildering nightmares which elicit fear, terror, anxiety, guilt, shame, despair, or sadness, all symbolic manifestations of the shadow. He exposed the unconscious mind had a second additional component not shaped by personal experience. This is known as the collective unconscious, the reservoir of material we all inherit as a tribe, nation, and world being. It contains archetypal images with universal meanings, such as those depicted in brilliant storytelling, mythology, art, and of course, the tarot. According to evolutionary psychology, these archetypes relate to the natural instincts for survival, procreation, food, and shelter. Jung used to dream as a powerful way of acquainting ourselves with both the personal and collective unconscious. They can facilitate the process of integration, bringing all the parts of ourselves into equal relationship with one another, rather than remaining denied, conflicted, and compartmentalized. The Nine of Swords suggests to examine your psychological suffering, its mechanisms, and the projection of internal states into dreams, and then onto people and events in the outside world. Face up to fears by questioning if they are really true. Challenge any shameful feelings around sex and desire, success and worthiness. Understand everyone has fearful, disempowering thoughts and fantasies. This is an amazing opportunity to clear the lineage of beliefs that have been handed down through generations. So, the Nine of Swords, mental anguish, putting it just like that said, a shocking event that will put you into that mental distress. And then when you let that settle, what comes up to the surface? So, that feeling of shock, it's that thing of like, we're never, it's like, it puts into doubt and question your intuition and your basically your truth. It makes you question everything, and that's the purpose of why it happens, because you have to go deeper and deeper into your heart, and your heart is the truth, and what your heart is telling you is real, feels right. When it feels right, then that's because it's real. And so that's why I can see why it's Nine of Swords today. So again, if you've had that experience recently with your twin, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, so I totally know what it's like. But it is about really, really trusting. It's absolutely trusting in the signs and the messages from Spirit. And just before this song was just on the radio as I was in the car. Right before this song came on, there was an interview with somebody called Twinny, Twinny. And then the person afterwards was, again, my twin's name. And so that's the other thing. If you have had a shock, whatever it has been, which has made you really, feel like you've had the rug pulled under you, is ask for a sign from Spirit that is undoubtedly telling you that you are on the right path still. And this is really the truth of your soul. And this is your destiny. And ask for something that is so convincingly without doubt, you know, a sign that you absolutely then will be like, okay, well, now I don't need to question it. That is my truth, right? Do that, because then it will allow you to, again, calm your mind and trust, you know, really trust in the truth of what your heart is saying to you. So I am just going to read the song, the lyrics to Beyonce, because this is the song and it is Halo. And so this is the truth of what their soul wants to say to you. So the message is, remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down, and they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking, but I'm never going to shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade away. Right. So, just gorgeous. And of course, her alter ego is Sasha Fierce. And so that's the other message, is that you have to be fierce for this love. You know, you have to really see through the illusion of what they're saying. And I know that can be really difficult, but you've got to be fierce with, kind of like, you've got to be fierce with the mental battle, right? Be fierce with your own internal mental battle. Because look at that. Look at those cards. So basically the Nine of Swords is going into the Queen of Wands, which is what this is pushing you into. This situation that's just come up, if you've just been railroaded, right? It takes you into the Nine of Swords, but then through that process, you become more and more of the Queen of Wands, which is the queen and owner of your spiritual truth, right? The queen of the spiritual truth is somebody that, you know, basically completely knows what is it within your heart, and it's the heart and mind aligned, right? And then the devil. So the devil is about cutting the cords and cutting the negative thought patterns, cutting the negativity and all of the Nine of Swords crap that happens to push you more into the Queen of Wands, right? So this is the message. It is, be careful, because whatever has come up, because the other thing is, if it's your destiny, right? Somebody can get married to somebody and then the next month get divorced, you know? So who knows, you know, even if they do go and marry someone else or whatever, it doesn't mean that's the end of your journey together, right? And even, you know, no matter where you are in your life, you can have 2 weeks with your twin and it will come together, you know? So that's the other thing. It's about believing in the impossible, trusting in the journey of your soul. And only you know that, right? That's the other thing. Only you know the truth of your soul. And so you tap into that and really follow your heart. All right, well, I hope that helps. And to anyone that this is has happened to, as I say, it's happened to me a number of times on my journey. And it really does. Every time you're able to speed through those energies more quickly, though, because you stand more and more in your power of being the Queen of Wands. And so it does give you more strength, basically, to cut those mental attachments. You know, the devil is all of the mental attachments to feeling like we're separated, we're not going to come together, all of the fears, all the doubts, all of the, you know, everything else. Yeah? All right. I hope that helps. Take care, everyone. Bye.